Hello, this is Paul Hinault for Simsbury Community Media, and you're watching Community Conversations. Today's show features Allie Young, Executive Director of the Simsbury Meadows Performing Arts Center. Our visit will be a combination of studio and an on-site visit to the Performing Arts Center building and the new addition. Simsbury Meadows Performing Arts Center. Let me give you a little background about that. The Simsbury Meadows Performing Arts Center was built in 2005, originally intended to provide a home for the Hartford Symphony Orchestra's Talcott Mountain Music Festival. But over the years, it's become much, much more. It's hosting benefit concerts, sports and dance recital events, and community gatherings. It was nearly 25 years ago, in 2002, the town of Simsbury acquired the Baker Farm, 400 scenic acres located between the Farmington River and the town center. A temporary bandshell was erected, and for the next few years, concert goers across the region enjoyed summer evening concerts at the new venue. As support grew, it soon became clear that a permanent solution was needed, both for the town and for the Farmington Valley, and therefore, the Simsbury Meadows Performing Arts Center took roots. In 2004, an enthusiastic group of residents, in partnership with the town of Simsbury, developed plans and gathered funds through a State Department of Economic Community Development grant and private fundraising to build the current Simsbury Meadows Performing Arts Center. Open to the public in 2005, the new permanent Performing Arts Center stage is large enough to accommodate the full Hartford Symphony Orchestra and includes additional storage space, better lighting, and enhanced acoustics. It was an enormous improvement and an immediate hit. With facilities in place, other promoters have brought name entertainment to the venue, including Alison Krauss, the Beach Boys, Willie Nelson, Casey Musgrave, Leonard Skinner, Kansas, The Temptations, Earth, Wind and Fire, the Four Tops, Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, Harry Connick Jr., and my favorite, Darius Rucker. Now we have an expansion of the facility, again, in partnership with the town of Simsbury, private donations, and state grants. But more on that a little bit later. Now, let me introduce our guest. Allie Young joined Simsbury Meadows in May 2025 from the Renbrook School in West Hartford, where she served most recently as Director of Development Operations and Individual Giving. She also brings valuable experience in event planning and public relations from previous positions with the Greater Hartford Arts Council, the National Multiple Sclerosis Society, and the Region Communication Group. Allie is currently living in Simsbury and has a BA in Communications from the Muhlenberg College. Welcome, Allie. It's good to have you with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so I talked a lot about the Simsbury Meadows Performing Arts Center, but first, tell us a little bit about what drew you to the executive director position.
So I live in Simsbury, as you mentioned, and when I first moved to Simsbury, we spent the first summer there and we went to our first concert at Simsbury Meadows Performing Arts Center, and it's when I fell in love with the town and I knew this was a place that I wanted to live. So it was a really easy decision when I was approached about this position because it brings in my background, professional background in development and communications, but then also my love for music, the arts, and of course my love for the venue. So It was a really easy decision.
Yeah, it's a great venue. It's a great venue.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the team that works with you? You've got a small team. We'll talk a little bit about that later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great team. We are small, but we are mighty. I always say it's amazing what 3 people can do. And I always say we act like an office of 25, but it's just 3 of us, and we work really hard, and we bring a lot of joy to the job.
Yeah. So what are some of the exciting things that we have coming up? I know we got the Hartford Symphony is doing the July concert again. The Indigo Girls, we've got a lot on tap this year.
Yeah, so Hartford Symphony, they're 5 week residents at the Meadows. So excited. kicking off with their annual July 4th concert, but obviously with America 250, it's going to be a little extra special. So we'll go through the symphony all throughout July, and then August comes and it's going to be filled. We have 2 concerts in August. We have the 502s, which is an up-and-coming band. They have played at different concert festivals with Noah Khan, who's played at the same festivals, and some really big names. So they're definitely a not to be missed. And then the day after, we just launched actually about, a couple hours ago, tickets to the Warped Tour. It's going to be a 90s tribute punk experience.
Really?
So it's tributes to Sublime, to the Foo Fighters, and tributes to No Doubt. So that's going to be so much fun. So that's back to back on one weekend. So August 14th, August 15th. Yeah. And then the next weekend, it's the Indigo Girls, which August 22nd. That's huge for not only the Performing Arts Center, but for Simsbury to welcome such an iconic band to the stage. And we are more than halfway sold out. So it's going to be a great night for the town.
It'll be sold out.
We're hopeful.
What do you actually? Let's talk about that. So, what is the maximum number of tickets? Because you got the lawn and it goes all the way back there. So, what's the max?
Sure does. So our comfort is sort of no more than 8,000. With parking, with people. We really feel like 8,000 is really the tops. But Indigo Girls will be sold out at 6.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So we're going to go over to the Performing Arts Center in a little bit. We'll look at the new facility and everything else. But why don't you tell us a little bit about how that's coming along?
Oh, we just met about the building. It's coming along beautifully. We will be ready for the symphony to join us in July, and we're already talking about moving in furniture, and it's coming along really beautiful, and it's really a beautiful building that was well thought out, and it's going to be a perfect setting for us.
Yeah. Well, as I said earlier, it was a combination of state, private donations, town of Simsbury. Yeah. We went through a referendum for that, and that seems to be working well. It shows the enthusiasm that the town folks have for that facility.
We are so grateful for both the town of Simsbury and the state of Connecticut for believing in this and seeing the importance of bringing arts not only just to our town but to the region, and what it does for the entire region to have a venue like this providing such incredible programming. So we are incredibly grateful.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna stop there, and we are going to now go over to the facility and have a look. We're now at the Performing Arts Center. We've left the studio and we've come over to the Performing Arts Center. We're standing in front of the addition, which should be open relatively soon. And I'm going to ask Allie to talk a little bit about what's going on behind us.
So really, really exciting. Directly behind us actually are the 3 public bathrooms, which is going to be huge, especially for the families who take advantage of the Rotary Park and the dog park. So that's going to be open to the public. And then right behind those doors is where our Simpac is getting expanded. We have offices, we have multi-purpose rooms, and really exciting, we have green rooms for our guest artists. So as we welcome some of the higher end artists, we really want to make sure that they feel that this is a place that is meant for them and really feels welcoming to them. So this green room is really bringing all of our experiences to the next level for our guest artists.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, as I mentioned, it's going to be open relatively soon.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's good. And what? We'll take that. Thanks. So what else can you tell us about it? We talked a little bit at the studio about how it was funded. Maybe you can add a little bit more color to that.
Sure. So again, as I mentioned, we are really grateful through the state of Connecticut and town of Simsbury and our incredible donors. We were able to fundraise for this building. It was really a partnership with all three. About $1 million came from private fundraising, and then the rest came from the state of Connecticut and the town of Simsbury, which is so incredible. And really, when you see those kind of donors come in, when you see that support, you know you're doing something right and you're doing something special that people really believe in and they want to see happen. So it really is a vote of confidence for a project like this.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to move to the front of the stage. So we have a little bit of a view of the stage where there's not 8,000 or 9,000 people surrounding us and the Hartford Symphony Orchestra behind us. So we're going to move to the stage. You can see behind me there's a lot of work still going on. And I'm going to ask Allie, why don't you tell us a little bit about the future impact? What do you see happening down the road for the Performing Arts Center?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're really, this is just the beginning. I always say 2026 is a little bit of a sampling of what's to come with bands like the Indigo Girls and Jason Blaine and the Rock and Roll Playhouse. 2027, 2028. We're thinking a lot bigger. We're really excited to start bringing in some of the bigger band names, but also we're really hoping to start getting some partnerships with the other local art organizations, especially the performing art organizations, ones that are located in Hartford, ones that are regional, to sort of start bringing their art to our stage in a more outdoor experience. So we're really hoping just to grow what it means to be a performing arts center in the region with bigger bands, but also with more real art options, and then continue with the community events as well.
That's great to hear, because I know that the Hartford Symphony is going to be backed up at one point by the Hartford Chorale, which I think not many people really know about the Hartford Chorale, and that's a gem as well. Mm-hmm. So you also have the community band. Those are local organizations that I think contribute a lot. So that's good to know. And we also will have sound behind us from a lot of the construction going on and things like that. So I was going to ask you this question earlier, or later I should say, but you have a board. You've got a relatively big board. I know many of them. Jeff Dornenberg, I think is how he pronounces it. Chris Barnett, Jack Sennett. And so tell us about the board and how you work with the board.
The board is pretty essential to our operations. As a team of staff of 3 people, the board is essential for our functioning. I meet with them, if not daily, weekly, in different capacities, whether it's helping with fundraising, with finances, and they really just help us keep the structure going. So they're really important, and they're volunteers, which is amazing. We're so fortunate to have these dedicated volunteers who almost take on full-time jobs because we're such a small organization. They're really an active board. They're not just coming to board meetings and listening and leaving. They are also really invested in the success of Simsbury Meadows.
Allie, you have a wonderful staff, 2 people who support the Performing Arts Center. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the 2 people and what they do?
Absolutely. They're incredible. I'm so fortunate. We have Christine Lill, who is our director of operations, and her job is sort of nuts and bolts. I always say she really does run the organization, from getting the programming up and running, making sure the facilities are working and ready to go for the events, and then also does a lot of our back office work. So really, she is kind of the heartbeat of the entire organization. And then Alyssa Archambault, who is new, she's our newest member of the staff. She is doing our marketing and communications and really supporting Christine and myself in a lot of the work that we're doing, and doing a phenomenal job, brand new to the organization, and has really got a wonderful eye and really gets the mission. So we are thrilled to have her on board. So a small but very mighty and talented and committed staff.
Good. Well, why don't you tell us a little bit more about young families? I know we've talked about social media. Why don't we talk about engaging young families who are in the community?
Absolutely. So, you start with the symphony. I always say the symphony, the Talcum Mountain Music Festival, is such a wonderful way to expose young learners and families to symphonic music that is accessible to them. It isn't sitting in a theater and listening to Brahms. It's music that they know, music that their parents know, and also on a lawn.
Yeah. Since we're outdoors, we
Sorry.
get these bugs hanging
Yes,
around
I
here.
know, I know.
Yeah.
But outdoors, as I was gonna say, but being outdoors, they can move around, they can run around, they can dance. It's a place for them. The symphony is a place. When the symphony is at Simsbury Meadows during Talcum Mountain Music Festival, the symphony is for them, and so that's a great way to attract young families. And then, as I mentioned, there's the Rock and Roll Playhouse, which is happening on August 29th. And that is a 2-hour sort of family festival of music. There will be 2 sets of music. One is going to be a Beatles tribute, and the other will be a Billy Joel tribute. So 2 1-hour sets, so families can come and go. And we're really going to make this easy for families to bring their children. We'll allow people to bring in picnics so they can have food that their children enjoy. They don't have to worry about finding the right food truck for their kids' taste. They can bring their food, they can bring a blanket, let the kids run around, blow some bubbles, and really just enjoy the music of the Beatles and Billy Joel in a way that, again, is easy for families to access. So we're really excited.
Good. Okay, now a question. Yeah, that's an interesting one. A question that I didn't have written down, but I'm thinking of is, what are the challenges that you face? And do you want to talk about that?
I mean, I think it's probably talk about it in the accessibility way, because so people know what they keep, right? I think we don't have an answer yet, but if people know that we're trying to face this challenge, maybe that's a good way to explain it.
Yeah. Well, I meant that, and challenges around. Are there challenges around, getting artists,
Yeah,
ticket sales?
Yeah, sure.
We didn't want to talk about AD. Allie, why don't you tell us a little bit about how you attract diverse community participation and what you're looking for in the future?
We really want to make sure that Simsbury Meadows is a place for everybody, or at least there's one program a year that feels like it's meant for them. So we talk about having family, affordable, low-cost family programming like we're doing with the Rock and Roll Playhouse. So families can come and enjoy live music in a way that's accessible for children, but also is really fun for the parents or the guardians that are bringing them there. And then also, we want to make sure that there's a little bit for everyone, different types of music. We have the punk, which is a different genre than Jason Blaine, which is country music. So we really want to make sure we're offering diversified performing arts programming.
Allie, tell us a little bit more about some of the community events that are coming up in the next month or so, and even through maybe October.
Absolutely. So really excited. June 20th, we have Juneteenth. It's back. It's an annual event, celebrates, the holiday, and it's a really joyous occasion. There'll be live music. There's going to be fireworks. There's food. It's going to be great. So that's how we kick off our season, which is an incredible community event, and it's free. So it's really just a wonderful celebration. And then we go right into the symphony. And then after that, the community events take off, not just with our performances, but also we have the Rotary River Run, which is an incredible run that's in the area, and the Rotary comes every year, uses our space, and they're incredible partners for us in the community. And we also have the Arts and Crafts Festival in September, which we love. It's 2 days of vendors, local artisans, and so that is run by the Junior League. And then even in November, I know you said October, but if you look into November at Eno Hall, we have the Nutmeg Ukulele Festival, which is also open to ukulele players, ukulele enthusiasts. It's a really wonderful event that kind of brings in different types of performing arts. So a lot to look forward to in terms of community events.
Great. Allie, why don't you talk a little bit about some of the challenges that you face in your role as executive director?
Sure. I mean, again, I'm still 1 year in and learning. And one of the biggest challenges is trying to market Simsbury Meadows as the premier outdoor venue in Connecticut and in our region. Attracting bigger bands, it costs money. To have a big band like the New Girls, you need to have the money to support that. So fundraising in order to get that accomplished is really important, and making sure that we are ready for that, and making sure that when artists come here, they know they are getting the same experience at other premier venues in the country. So really, while we're a small team, we have to act like we are a huge team, that we have been doing this
for years and that we are huge, and that maybe it looks like we have a team of marketing people, but it's really just one person. So really presenting as a large organization is a hurdle, but we do it pretty well. And again, it takes funding and it takes creativity in order to attract these bigger bands. So it's a process, and I think the more bands we have, the better experience the artists have, the more we'll attract even bigger names to the venue.
So we have, right now we are in our artist green room. So you imagine you're inviting some of the bigger artists to come, all artists to come, and you're going to have a couch, and it's going to be a really nice place for them to be prior to getting on stage. So they'll have access right to the stage from this special door, so they can just go right to the stage to perform from the green room. One of our larger rooms, it will be a conference room, multi-purpose room, anywhere from having meetings to small gatherings. We're really hoping to use this as a way to also host some donors and some guests, and maybe do some programs in here as well. So this is a really great space, and beautiful lighting and windows. And we entered through the green room, but really this is the main entrance. So anyone coming into the building will enter through these double doors. And either they'll go to the conference room or they'll take a left to go into kind of our office area. But you can see the beautiful workmanship on this wall, really just aesthetically, really pleasing to look at. So a real visual, background that really creates some dynamic, a dynamic room, and really grand entrance, which I really love. It's really beautiful. Let's go this way first, I think. So, this is some storage area, and then we're kind of in a darker area right now, but this is another one of the multi-purpose rooms. The visiting artists in the symphony will be using this backstage while they get ready to perform in July. And again, you can use in a lot of different ways, community events, but also for our visiting artists and our people who are renting to do their programming or to get ready before they go on stage or do any other events. So another just great room and access point for all of our visitors. Next, we're heading over to our office suite, which is where that strong and mighty team is going to be doing all the work. So we have, here we have the office suite. We have some office space here, and then also over here, lots of sunlight. It's going to be just a great place to work. And again, really easy access to the stage, so we can be really on hand at any time to be there to help our artists and our guests during their program. And then over here is the another office. You can see just a beautiful office, lots of room, and a place to meet as well with the team. So it's going to be a really beautiful space. Next are our internal bathrooms that are not open to the public, but they'll be for staff, for guests, for visiting artists. A men's room and a women's room, and a water bottle filler as well. So really, it's kind of unbelievable, but the staff never had a bathroom that was part of their building. We were in a small shed, and we used the backstage bathroom on the on-season, or had to find other facilities in the off-season. So to have an actual working bathroom is kind of amazing.
That's incredible. Yeah, absolutely.
So we're very excited about that.
Yeah, you should be.
And next we have the last multi-purpose room, which again, another place where the symphony can join, artists can serve as an additional green room if necessary, and it leads right to the stage. So a really good access point for people who are trying to get to the stage quickly and need to be for a time. Taken a little bit of looks a little different. In fact, right where I'm pointing, that used to be the bathroom, and now it's going to be, I think, some storage. I believe.
So this is all backstage, right? This is all backstage.
I'm not sure if it's
A small computer, rack.
Okay, computer rack. There you go. So, but that used to be the bathroom. So we've actually gotten a little more room backstage. It's a little less tight. So again, as we move and flow, you could imagine a symphony. We have 20, 30, 40 people backstage with their instruments, it can get really tight. There's a little more room for them to gather right before they make their way to the stage. So, but other than that, the backstage is actually pretty much the same, minus a few tweaks here and there. But it's in great shape and with a few upgrades. And then also super important is our storage area. We have so many things that we need to keep on hand at any given time. And this is a really big, nice size storage area that has access right to the loading dock. So with a garage door opening and double doors, we're able to have that access.
Well, Allie, thank you so much for spending time with us today and giving us a tour and not only the history of the Performing Arts Center, but what we have to look forward to. Simsbury Meadows is definitely a jewel of Simsbury, a jewel of the Farmington Valley and of the state of Connecticut. So we really appreciate you spending time with us today. And I also want to say to our audience, please remember that Simsbury Community Media is a nonprofit public access station. We rely on your donations to continue having broadcasts such as this. So if you would, please consider donating today. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.
For over 40 years, SCM has been the voice of our town,
bringing us together through local programming,
education, and live broadcasts.
SCM isn't just about television.
It's about empowering our community,
Ensuring our voices are heard during government meetings,
and celebrating milestones
like our high school graduations.
But today, SCM faces a challenge.
Our funding structure is based on television subscriptions.
And it's no secret, people have been cutting the cord.
With a shift to internet-only subscriptions,
SCM receives less revenue,
even though all our programming is freely available online.
We need your support.
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 Your donation can make a difference.
It will ensure that SCM remains open,
continues to educate our youth,
and keeps our community informed.
Thanks to SCM, I've been honing my creative skills, helping me work towards my college degree.
SCM is crucial for keeping our community connected.
SCM isn't just here to broadcast local events. They're actually preserving Simsbury's history.
Join us.
Join us in preserving Simsbury's voice.
Simsbury's voice.
Together we can ensure that SCM continues to thrive
for generations to come.
Visit our website
or scan the QR code on your screen to make your donation.
Every
contribution
counts.
Thank you for supporting Simsbury Community Media,
where your town,
your schools,
and your government come together.